Hey guys and gals, YouTube land, welcome back. I'm your host Murray. This is Get Wrenching. Well, today we're not wrenching, we're going to be buffing. So sit back, relax, grab a sandwich and a beverage. We'll dig into this. So, guys and gals, YouTube land, if you've been following along, I bought the Sid polisher to polish the paint on my Valerius to clear coat it. I'm kind of nervous. Never polished anything before, like with an actual buffer that looks like a grinder that would tear the paint right off my vehicle. So what a better candidate to use the old off-road vehicle. We're going to test on the roof first, just because your eyeballs won't see that first, you know, unless you're me, 6'3", and yeah, you'll see it, and it'll probably bug me if I screw it up. But I figure we'll try it on this, and if it works, we're going to do from the back side of the front fenders back, because we're going to be doing some paint work here, and we can't have waxes and whatever over paint. So we'll do that. I'll show. This won't be a tutorial on like how to do this, because I frankly only have basic knowledge about this stuff. The products I like to use, I know I like to use this just for quick detailing, to remove any dirt, because I did wash this the other day. I just already did a pre-spray up there just to wipe it down and make sure there's no dust or contaminants. The buffing compound is McGuire's compound, which is just the ultimate, and the wax, just turtle wax ice, which I like to use because of plastics or whatever, and it doesn't stain it. So I'll get you guys set up here, and we'll see what we can do with it. So this is the area we're going to start, just this front part. That's all we're going to do. This is the one you can still see sort of with your eyes, but I just want to bring you in to show you like what we're dealing with. Remember, if you're following along, the last video I posted told you about all these rock chips and stuff. These are all here. They won't disappear, but these light scratches, that's in the clear coat. If this does work, they should disappear. And I do feel some overspray. I probably should have clay buried it, but it's the off-road vehicle. Let's see if we can make this work. So remember, this isn't a tutorial on how to do this, but I will give you some sort of idea on what to do. I stole the wife's cat squirter. You know, when the cats act up, she gives them a little squirt of that. You should have this, so that way when you're buffing, you can keep your pad damp. If it starts to dry up and you got a lot of compound on, you just give her a little spray of this, re-wet everything up, away you go. Also, if your pad starts to become dirty, a bucket of water, so you can just take that sheep's wool pad off and give her a good rinse into this bucket. So I'll get you set up and we'll get at it. So YouTube, as you can see, my lovely camera gear that I had with the button decided it wasn't going to record. So now I got you set back up again, and then we'll try this again. So what I've been doing so far, I just had to re-soak it with water just to reactivate everything. And I'm just going back and forth. Small circles on number 3. Keeping everything tightly grouped together. That way, hopefully it does a a pretty darn good job, I'm hoping. Be nice if this turned out pretty good. Is this the best wool pad? No, this is the pad that came with it, so we'll use it. As you can see, we're making a good mess. It's flying everywhere. Oh yeah. Say to get the heat in it, so that's what we'll do. Well, let's get that a wipe off and see what we're doing here. I'm just nervous that this isn't going to work. Oh my goodness. Okay. Like, unbelievable. I'm speechless. I really am. Wow, that's doing really good, actually. Wow, I'm pretty happy. I'm speechless. I love it when you buy stuff and it works. We'll give her a good wipe off here. And we'll do a little close up here, because what I'm seeing versus what we started with, all I can say is wow. So here we are. You can see like where the haze is from where I was buffing. But look. And then you can see it removed a lot of the scratches. And then look. You can see the scratch where I haven't hit yet. You see that this scratch would continue on and then disappears. Like you can see over there, it's got a lot of stuff from buffing, but so far so good. If you, man, like this is awesome that this is working. So let's hope it keeps working. So far, pad doesn't look wore, because I was worried. I've seen pieces of the pad coming off, but so far so good. I gave it a little quick spray with the water bottle there and reactivated everything. So I'll set you guys and gals back down, and maybe I'll do a little time lapse here and see if we can make this Jeep look any better. So this is what it looks like. I went over it again just right quick, and I'm telling you, the reflection is just I can't believe it. I can't believe it that I did this. This is the first time like I said, I've used a buffer. I used to wax vehicles, clean them up, stuff, clay bar them by hand. Man, well, trust me, I'm sweating right now because this tent gets quite hot, and right now it's showing 15 degrees Celsius. So up here, it's probably like 30 degrees Celsius up here, but she's nice and warm. But this, wow, I'm impressed. So I'm going to head on to the side now. I'm going to brave it up and see if we can try a panel, and we'll go from there. So YouTube land, I'm back for my dinner. This is the rear quarter panel on the driver's side. You can see all the heavy scratches here. So what we're going to try to do is we'll try to remove those and see if this will work. So I got you set up here, and we'll do a little time lapse, and we'll see how she turns out. So went and had some dinner, which I just told you. It's nice. Got Mr. Miyagi here. They watched Karate Kid when they were, younger, back in the 80s stuff. Remember Mr. Miyagi was wax on, wax off. Well, why not? Mr. Miyagi. My new tool, my new favorite tool. All right, let's get into this. Oh, my pad's coming. This pad's not ideal. If anyone can see the look of my face right now, not impressed with this so-called buffing wool. I washed it before I went in for my dinner, so that way it wouldn't dry. Also clean the pad out and let it, well, since then, all it wants now, it doesn't want to stay tied because it got wet, or it's just way too El Cheapo, which probably is so. Why not? I'll just knot it the hell up, I guess. Give her a little spurts of water here. Reactivate the polish, like so. The bodyguards are probably just cringing watching me do this. But I don't care about this paint. That's why I'm doing it on this. It's a blank canvas. It's great. What's the worst could happen? Get scratched up worse. All right. We got to be careful around edges like this. That's why you see them. I'm not going down in there. And if I do, I'm just really lightly going over it. So I just want to weight this off and just see what it looks like. Set this up on the roof. Let's see what we got here. Now let's see if we can get you right in there, see what it looks like now. You can see here, the scratches are somewhat going. I only worked that for a couple minutes. I was longer screwing around with the buffer trying to get the pad to stay on. Do I want to remove the scratches? Not really, because if I keep this rig, it's just going to go in the woods again. So I'll continue on with this, and I'll show you some of the finished results here. Look at the reflection in here. Like a mirror. And as you get down, you'll start getting some scratches because this ain't right where I focused. But you can see, like, well, that's the difference. This to that. I mean, speechless. I'll continue on and I'll show you some of my finished results. So YouTube, went back over it again. This time I worked a little bit more into this area. And yeah, you still see some shadow in here, but that's all that is just like the residue. I haven't waxed this yet, and you can't wax it until after you wash it and let it dry for a day. But look, like this literally was 5 more minutes worth of polishing. And you can see here, I didn't get right into this because if I hook this, it'll peel the paint off. Yes, I don't care, but I'm going to try not to do that because this is how we're learning. You can see there's a big scratch that came up from here from a limb. It did continue over this way because it started to get a little lighter, and that took it off. It did not remove this because, like I said, I don't want to hook into something like this and tear my pad all to pieces. So I will have to come back and do some pieces by hand. So let's get back to jamming some tunes and doing some more polishing. Okay, YouTube, this is the passenger side. You can see this is the passenger side front door. That's the passenger side rear door. And let's see if we can see the rear quarter panel. Yeah, we got some heavy duty scratches. The buffer's not going to take this rust out. That's going to have to be cut out and welded before it gets too bad. Yeah. Now mine just sort of, I've been working hard on the driver's side. Yeah, we've never got all the scratches out, but we'll try. Well, let me get you set up here now. So guys and gals of YouTube land, as you can see, different shirt means different day. Started getting late there the other night. Had to work, been busy, so it's actually been 3 days since I started this. It's the third day. So yesterday I couldn't do nothing. So today we're out doing the passenger side. Now, I probably won't show you the finished result with her waxed up, but I'll show you with it polished up and washed. Because then once I wash it, I'm going to have to let it set for a day or so after I chamois it off and clean out in around door jams and what have you, and let her dry off good, so that way the next day I can give it a good coat of wax. Be the first time with the actual buffing machine too. Well, sit back and relax, and we'll do some more buffing. Okay, YouTube, I got right up to here done. So now I'm getting ready to do this quarter panel. Then all I got to do is pull the Jeep ahead, do the tailgate, do up around the windows and stuff, take her out, wash her. Yeah, it's still going to have scratches. It's not going to be the greatest, but that's not what we're doing this for. We're just doing this to practice, to see if this is going to be good to use on the Volare. So sit back, watch a fella work. Okay, YouTube land, we are all polished and washed. You can see just how shiny this thing is. Like, I'm quite impressed. It didn't get all the scratches out, but look at that. Like, yeah, they're, you know, these are scratched pretty heavily. So for that to come out and look like this, that's pretty good. For a woods buggy, that's a good thing to practice on there. That's a real good thing to practice on, is something like that, that you don't really, it's not that you don't care about it, but why would you if you're just going to take it in the woods and beat it up? You know, you're just going to practice on it. Why not? Give her a fighting chance. Like, see here, this side didn't really get, because this side had quite deep scratches in it. It didn't get all of it, but I'm going to say I know what's going on there. Yeah, you can see like right here, and it's not that I didn't spend a long time on it, because I did. It's just this pad, beside it, it was going to start wearing out. It started coming apart at the first of the video, and she was starting to get pretty thin by the end. And you can see it starting to wear on the inside. So, you know. So there, YouTube, you yourself can go out and give yourself one of them nice showroom polishes, which is, I'm pretty pleased with that. Like, that's awesome. I love it. That's good. I do recommend, do not, if you get that style of polisher, this one right here, do yourself a favor, because it comes with a 6-inch Velcro pad and a 7-inch Velcro pad. Go out and get yourself a nice wool pad. Don't cheap out on that. All the buffing compounds, I use that McGuire stuff because they recommended that if you're first time ever out buffing, use something that's simple, and that's what I did. There's all kinds of, I think there's like a 6 or a 7 stage polishing kit, goes from 1 to 8 or 1 to 7 or 1 to 6. It's something like that from McGuire's, and it's different grits for different applications. So that's going to conclude it for me today. Like I say, I'm not a professional polisher, but if I can share my experiences with that, why not? Practice on an old woods buggy or just an old panel. Get an old panel out of the junkyard, like in a bottle of new finish, $10. Put it on that pad, go to town, practice. Like, I found one spot that, you know, I hooked the edge. You see what I'm saying? When I say hook the edge, that's what's going to happen. But who cares? I'll get a little touch-up paint, going. Like, that's just an off-road vehicle. It's not that I don't care about it. That probably is in better shape than my everyday vehicle, because, you know, it's a toy. But anyway, you know, enough of me jib-jabbering. That's going to conclude it for me today. I'd like to thank everybody for all the shares, the likes, the comments, especially when I go, like, I live in a small town, and every time I see somebody, hey, it's Mr. YouTuber, and they say, hey, good job. That's great. I love it. Love all the great comments. So if you like what you saw today, a share would be awesome. A like would be great. And a subscribe would be even better. Also, ring the bell so you don't miss any of my new upcoming content. Also, just a little channel update on the Valari. On my timing video, had a bumper back another 2 degrees. She started spark rattling again. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being dumb, but I'm going to find somebody with a time light and time this thing up, and I'll let you know what happens there. So, till next time, guys and gals, just remember, get off the couch. Wherever it is that you work on your vehicles or whatever it is you work on, just remember, stay safe and get wrenching. We'll see you next time.